All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. And salutations to the Akim out there laboring of the hopeful elect that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. And pretty much I wanted to, stop this video. Um, Brothers who's out there, live streaming, brothers from South Carolina GMS. And pretty much there was a situation where somebody had called the cops on them. Okay, and now the situation initially started where there was a family with children pretty much walking by the camp, and brothers in the spirit, speaking bold in the spirit, they were offended, so they tried to so-called shush the brothers, you know but like I said, we stand out here bold as a lion, and there was no wrong done. You see, if you don't like what's being heard, you get up the street. You see, these brothers didn't invoke anything, or pretty much have anything controversial to, or pretty much go against them. You know, you know, pretty much this word is pretty much just for the elect. So allegedly, what happened was they had called the cops. So the cops pretty much came, and now they're speaking with the brothers here, and brothers handled the situation beautiful. You know, the scripture says to be harmless as a dove, but wise as a serpent. You know, you agree with your adversary quickly. You know, and this is all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Abishai, where when you do things that are pleasing the Lord, even your enemies are at peace with you. You know, and these brothers are known for being out here on this particular corner, and the cop pretty much he pretty much admitted that, with the dialogue that they had, you know but this is the time that we're coming into where people are going to pretty much give a bad report on us, man. Pretty much a slander, because the initial report was that the brothers had said something to the children that were walking by, which doesn't even make sense. You see, and really, if we really got down to it, brothers, are pretty much recording, so they can go back and look at the videotape, and you can see exactly what occurred. You see, okay. But pretty much, this is the spirit that we need to be in, man, and this is how we handle these type of situations. You got these other camps that pretty much will take the liberty of, willful liberty to use a situation like this, interact with the cops, and pretty much will, title it clickbait, and they pretty much would probably agitate the situation more than what it needs to be. The situation was pretty much diffused. There was no wrongdoing. The cop agreed to that, and he was on his way, and pretty much this word is gonna have free course, man. This is all through the Lord. But I got a couple of scriptures lined up, and I was pretty much watching this live stream, and I wanted to stop in midstream to really speak upon this situation right here. So let's go with let's go with James real quick. James chapter 3, verse 13. Who is a wise man and endued with knowledge among you? Let him show out of a good conversation his works with meekness of wisdom. And pretty much brothers handled the situation. The brothers was respectful, and they understand that they see that the brothers is pretty much these are men. You see, all right, these are not little boys. These are men. And they stand. They stood 10 toes down, and they just dealt with the situation that was at hand, and they dealt with it with wisdom and knowledge. You see, but it says, right? But if ye have bitter envying and strife in your hearts, glory not and lie not against the truth. And anybody that's in that type of spirit, man, the Lord is not dealing with them, man. But we have these guys that are pretty much wet behind the ears, these other camps out there, and pretty much, they would have made the situation worse. You see, and it would have been just for clickbait. It would have been the situation to where brothers are being wrongfully persecuted. We're going to jail. and pretty much they don't have the wisdom to pretty much diffuse the situation, man. You see, this situation could have easily had gotten out of hand, where somebody could just easily just fall off the handle, man, because they're not in that right spirit. You see, but it says, verse 15, this wisdom ascendeth not from above. That whole envy and strife and just pretty much making the situation worse than what it really needs to be. Okay? You pretty much you agree with your adversary quickly, man. Okay, it goes a long way. But it says, this wisdom descendeth not from above, but is earthly, sensual, devilish, and pretty much, man, being in that wrong spirit when you're dealing with the authorities, man. Okay, yeah, this place is pretty much crumbling, it's falling, but this man is still in power, man. This man still has the power to cast you into prison, man. You see? But we know that there's a time that's going to come to where, this word is, by their unrighteous decree, it's not going to be, favorable, man. You see? But right now, the Lord is having this word have free course, man. You see? But it says, for where their envying and strife is, there is confusion and every evil work, and pretty much, man, brothers in Great Millstone, and pretty much, man, we pretty much are in that same spirit, man, of knowing how to deal with authorities, man. When it comes to pretty much, we're not gonna have this ministry blame, man. You see, okay, we have been taught and pretty much have been grown up as men within this truth, with the apostles and elders on down to pretty much do the will of the Lord and be able to do it peacefully, man. You see? And it says here, but the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated, full of mercy, good fruits, without partiality, and without hypocrisy. You see? Okay, and this is how this wisdom is supposed to be. That's all boiled up into that wisdom and how you deal with wisdom. Okay, you see, but you have a lot of these other guys out here, man, that will not do not follow through these guidelines, man. They would go completely adverse to what James is speaking of. You see? All right. From there, let's go to, because this is all the Lord's will at the end of the day, and I want to pull something out of the Apocrypha. Let's go with Sirach 47 verse 13. And this is pretty much reiterating the time of Solomon, and this is Sirach chapter 47 verse 13. Solomon reigned in a peaceable time and was honored, for the Most High made all quiet around him, that he might build an house in his name and prepare his sanctuary forever. And pretty much, man, the Lord have gave Solomon that time of peace. After King David pretty much subdued all the enemies round about. Solomon reigned in peace. But it was to do the will of the Father to build that house unto him in his name. You see? And prepare that sanctuary. And right now you're seeing this spiritual house being built. Okay? You see? And this is what? A time to be pretty much where things are not going to prevail against it, man. You see? It says, verse 14, how wise wast thou in thy youth, and as a flood filled with understanding? Thy soul covereth the whole earth, and thou fillest it with dark parables. Thy name went far into the islands, and for thy peace thou wast beloved. Pretty much, man, and this I can use this parable as a parallel to us, how this word is having free course, man, and how this word is pretty much, we have the internet pretty much doing the heavy lifting for what the Lord's will is. You see, and it's pretty much covering the whole earth. Brothers are waking up all over the world, man. And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Abishai, under that banner of Great Millstone. You see, It says, right, verse 16 again, thy name went far into the islands, and for thy peace thou wast beloved. The countries marveled at thee for thy songs and proverbs and parables and interpretations. It's pretty much really speaking about Solomon, and how his wisdom pretty much went out through the earth. They seen that the kingdom, okay, pretty much in perfect order. You see, people came to seek wisdom from Solomon, and that's really all the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Shai, and that's all, and he is Yahweh Shai, but at the end of the day, we pretty much are looking, we're going to be looked at as that nation that's full of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You see, okay, when we pretty much go in the guidelines of how the Lord originally intended us to be, that's going to be the future prophecy, man. That these other nations are going to see. You see, okay, all right. From there, let me go to Matthew real quick. Let's go to Matthew chapter 16, verse 17. And Yahushua answered and said unto him, Blessed art thou, Simon Barjona, for flesh and blood have not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. Because when Yahushua pretty much asked them, who do the people say that I am? And pretty much, Simon, which is Peter, pretty much told him, you are the son of the Most High, but pretty much, flesh and blood have not revealed it to him, but it was the Heavenly Father in heaven. And he said, verse 18, and I say also unto thee, thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. And pretty much, man, hey, the Lord's dealing with great millstone, man. That's the Lord's rock, pretty much here in these last days, man. The Lord has established his church with great millstone, man. There's no going back and forth and arguing with that. That's without a shadow of a doubt. Okay, you see, all right. That's what the Lord has built his church, his rock. You see, all right, and his word is pretty much having the free course, and you're seeing these little sanctuaries, okay, all right, within these churches, these camps, in the various cities across Babylon, man. These men are pretty much out here sacrificing to the Lord, man. That little sanctuary that you see, okay, right? But that's all I want to grab from there. But the point is that the Lord is pretty much building up his spiritual house, and the gates of hell is not going to prevail against it, man. You see. All right. From there, let's go to go to Romans real quick. Romans chapter 12. Verse 17. Recompense to no man evil for evil. Provide things honest in the sight of all men. You see, because look how they dealt with those guys. The police officers. Okay. They seen that these men are stand up guys, man. You see. Okay, it wasn't the factors where the brother might have got offended by what them calling the cops and made a big deal out of it. He didn't do that, But it says, verse 18, if it be possible, as much as life in you, live peaceable with all men. You see, and it's stupid is more than just calling this man a damn devil, man. Okay, this is what people don't understand. People would pretty much people's ears are not circumcised. So, they're only hearing, basically, the harsh words, so to speak, okay? And then they automatically are tuned out. You see? But what well, pretty much, man, this word is only for the elect. You see? Okay, and we're gonna be peaceable with all men. good day, sir, and how you doing, and hey, and even when you're going out and about, man, listen, man, we amongst these other nations, man, you go in the store and hey, hold the door for them, hey, guys right behind you, hold the door for me, hey, no big deal, you know, okay, we know that the vengeance is of the Lord, you see, but it says, dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord. You see? And we know what the future prophecy holds, man. You see? And we're seeing it through the Spirit, and we're being patient because why? It's because our spirit is being rejuvenated more and more every day because we're seeing these things come to pass. We're seeing what is being foretold is right in our face. This is a beautiful time to be in, man. You know, the spirit, has to really be alive, man, and really just be that watchman and really just look at the things that are coming upon the earth, man. We see it coming, man. All right, we see this man coming. This man, his blueprint to his own destruction. We see it. We see it. We actually see it, man. We see what his downfall is actually going to be. All right. This is Second Peter's. No, this is First Peter's chapter 2, verse 1. Wherefore, laying aside all malice and all guile and hypocrisies and envies and all evil speakings. Because we don't have no time to be playing around here. These other guys out here are lollygagging with this truth, man. You see? These guys are pretty much are out there for clickbait, and they would have made a big clickbait video because of that, man. You see? And what is it going to accomplish at the end of the day? Okay? All right? Because what they're gonna do something foolish that the ministry will be blamed, man. A lot of these men they're not dealing with a full deck out there, man. Okay? They're not dealing in truth and dealing in spirit, man. Right? Verse 2, as newborn babes, desire the sincere milk of the word, that you may grow thereby. Pretty much people, these guys, they pretty much are forgetting, what made them come into this truth, Okay, and sometimes people come in and they come in under camps that may be off, but the spirit pretty much was pretty much awakened. You had the spiritual awakening, you see, to where you pretty much took to that milk, that the sincere milk. But somewhere along the line, many are called, but few are chosen. It has become corrupted, man. You see, all right, to where these guys are pretty much are just all over the place, man. We still talking about the MOTB. We still got arguments about the MOTB, man, and it's right there, right in front of your face, man. Okay, it was definitely laughable to a lot of people when we were speaking about this over 10 years ago, 10, 12 years ago. You see, because they couldn't see it, but now you're seeing how mainstream media is pretty much putting it right in your face, and these guys pretty much can't see it, man. Okay, but if they do see it, they're not gonna admit it. These guys are a bunch of hypocrites, man. They're pretty much worried about what the leadership would say if they believe contrary to what they're being taught. You see, but those guys pretty much got to get away from them, man. You see, all right. But you gotta continue to be as a newborn baby and desire that sincere milk, right? It says, if so be you have tasted that the Lord is gracious, man. And why the Lord's gracious? Why? It's because we understand that the Lord is going to have mercy on us, man. That mercy is coming. Right now we're in the grace, right under grace, but not to do of your own will. You see, this is the time for you to really, trim our lamps and pretty much, get rid of that leaven that's within us, man. Okay, but we know that the Lord is going to have mercy upon us, man. Okay, but it says, to whom coming as unto a living stone, disallowed indeed of men, but chosen of the Most High and precious. And those men did not want the Yahweh Shai to reign over them, man. Speaking about these Pharisees, man, and you see it now in the later times now here, where these other camps, man, are pretty much coming in that same spirit as how the Pharisees came in, man. You see, okay, You know, you you listen to their rhetoric these days, man. They pretty much shine straying further and further away from Yahweh Shai, man. You see, okay, these guys are pretty much enemies of the cross, man. You see what Paul spoke about. You see, but it says, verse 5, ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house, a holy priesthood, to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to Yahweh, to Yahweh Bashem Abushai. You know, and these brothers right here are pretty much doing that, man. Okay, right along with brothers in the various camps that have been set up, man. Okay, you know, these we some lively stones, man. You see, okay, but it says, wherefore also it containeth in the scripture, behold, I lay in Zion a chief cornerstone, elect, precious, and he that believeth on him shall not be confounded. You know, and we're not going to be confounded, man. You know, we know that we going in the right way of passage, man. You know, okay, we got to continue to finish into the end, endure to the end. You see, all right, we're seeing this place crumbling, man. We know we're gonna have people that's gonna make evil reports upon us, man. Okay, false reports upon us as well. You see, okay, but brothers, pretty much handled it beautifully, and that's it, man. You know, there's a lot of them that came out there because he had made a statement of where all these cops coming from. You see, and it had to be at least about 4 or 5 cars that had drove by the brothers, and then now they're trying to scour the area. And they haven't seen the person that they were speaking about. And then they said, you know what, did you see any, the cop actually asked them, did you see anybody that was causing the disturbance out here? And that's through the Spirit of the Lord, man, because he's seen these men that he didn't think that they were the ones that were causing the so-called evil report of causing a commotion. You see? Okay? But it's just all the fact is that, man, when you got the Lord on your side, man, hey, man, the Lord, you got that covering on us, man. It's a beautiful thing, man. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rokakwadash, Shalom.